Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so we're going to talk about overcoming fear today. That has probably been the biggest topic that most of you guys have talked to me about, is in the fear sense of, I don't know if I'm going to be good at this. I don't know if I can recruit people. I don't know like how to get people and to talk to people. That is like the biggest thing that everybody comes to me either after they've signed up for coaching, and most of the times before. I'm actually talking to some people right now that aren't quite committing to the coaching opportunity yet, because they're afraid. That fear is already in them. And I'm not saying this because like I have it down pat and I'm perfect at it. I'm so far from like this perfection of getting over that. I have a daily fear of contacting random people all the time. I think honestly, my drive for success and my desire to be successful in this business and my desire to help people has to be more than what I fear them saying or fear them saying no. And I think y'all have heard me time and time again, y'all all have to buy the book, Go for No. It is crucial to read that, and it's a really easy read. It's like 75 pages maybe, and it's actually okay, hold on, I'm gonna get this right. It is a non-fiction. No, it's fiction. It's fiction. I should know this. I was a teacher. It's not real, so it'd be fiction. Okay, so but it's actually just about, it's about this sales guy, and he, obviously slips and bumps his head and then like goes into the future of his future self. And his future self is really successful and he is not. And it just kind of talks about where the gap was, where the change happened. And it really changed my mindset of how I approach this business. And I think the first thing that you guys need to focus on is not the numbers. I think that was a big mistake that I made from the beginning is, you're going to hear things thrown around. If you haven't gone through Rock the Basics yet, you're not really familiar with the terms like Success Club and stuff like that. But very off the bat, I was very focused on my Success Club numbers. I need to make these numbers. I need to get a Success Club 4 or 5. I need to get Success Club 10. And the numbers overweighed what my purpose was. So the very first thing that I want you guys to do is, I have, my notebook that I keep, and I actually just started this system. Each call and stuff that I do, I write down some notes. And at the very front of this, I have my goals for the month. And you need to, and having Success Club goals is great. I have that for myself. But you need to develop your why. I think most of y'all have heard this. If you haven't, you will in Rock the Basics. Some of you have gone through the Emerald Push group and heard that. You need to know your why. Why are you here? Why are you here as a coach? What are you wanting to accomplish? And you should not have numbers as that accomplishment. People are not numbers. People are people. And I think once I got that out of my head, that one person was, 2 Success Club points or 1 Success Club point, that really helped me in the business, because I think all of us are here because we want to help people. We want people to experience what we've gotten to experience through Beachbody. We want people to experience the results and the feelings of self-confidence and a higher self-esteem, and then obviously, to lose some weight if they want to or tone up. And So our why needs to be for them. You know, that doesn't mean I have some personal whys. You know, I want to, you know, obviously be able to help my family financially and kind of not have to take money out of savings for certain things. And I mean, those are great whys too, but numbers don't need to be that. So I know I kind of got off on a tangent there, but I would, before anything else, you need to know why you're here. You need to develop your personal why and get a notebook and write it at the front of it so that every time you open that notebook, you know why you're here as a coach. And it kind of does go along with the fear aspect of contacting people, because when you are comfortable with your why, when you know your why as a coach, I mean, all of us want to help people in some form or fashion. And so we need to get out of our, and y'all heard me say this on the video a couple days ago, you need to get out of your own way, because the fear is coming from yourself. The fear is what you create in you. And so you need to step outside or step away from yourself in a sense and get out of your own way and realize that when you aren't sharing this opportunity with people, like if people ask you guys, hey, how are you doing? This has now become part of you. This has now become part of what you are doing. I don't think it's bad to be like, yeah, you know, I'm doing great. Normally when people ask me that, you know, it's because I've started a conversation with them. And when they, normally people reciprocate the same question that you have asked. So ask them obviously how they are doing, because in turn they should ask how you are doing. And I just say, you know, I'm doing great. We finally we moved back down to the South, which is great. I get to stay at home with my kids, and I just ventured into this new, I just began this new venture of being a Beachbody coach. Very simple. Some people never ask any more about it, and then sometimes it opens up some awesome doors for conversations. But the seed has been planted. And to kind of go along with that, when you message somebody on Facebook, now I'm strictly focusing on Facebook because that's kind of my jam. I'm really awful at Instagram. I don't have many followers. That's just not my thing. But when you message somebody on Facebook, it dings Facebook that you have contacted them, and so your stuff will start filtering in onto their news feed so that they are seeing you more often. So that's where it's important to be messaging people, be contacting people. Going through Rock the Basics and Emerald Push Group, y'all's challenge is to contact 10 people a day. And that may seem a little overwhelming to you, but that's really not a lot of people, especially once you start your contact list and after the first month or so. Okay, so say what's next month? July. There's 31 days. Okay, so 31 days times 10, 310 people. If you do it every single day. Obviously, I'm not stupid. I know you're not going to do that every day. I don't do that every day. But say you take 22 of those days and you're messaging 10 people. So the next month you have 220 new contacts that you have made. And people are like, I don't have that many friends. I guarantee you, you have that many friends on Facebook. And the biggest question I hear is, well, I don't know these people very well, or I haven't talked to them in 10 years, or I don't really think that they would be interested. Well, you thinking they might not be interested is getting you in trouble, because I have thought that so many times about people, and some of them are coaches here, and some of them are my challengers. You cannot think for somebody, and you need to stop that thinking in a sense, because like I've said time and time again, when you're not presenting this opportunity to somebody, you have no idea what's going on in their life at the time. They might need something like this. I mean, the Lord brought this opportunity to my life in November, and I mean, I wasn't looking for anything. I was very hesitant about it, and but I also was struggling with postpartum depression, and this is part of how I got out of it. It helped me. I mean, the Lord used this opportunity to get me out of this depression I was struggling in. And had somebody not presented this opportunity to me, I wouldn't be here today. Y'all wouldn't be here today. And just when you fear contacting somebody, just kind of think of that. What's the word I'm thinking of? Kind of that flow of what I just talked about. Like, you're here for a reason. You want to present them with the opportunity, and don't assume things for people just based off of you not having talked to them for 10 years or thinking that they might not be interested, or even the financial aspect of it. Don't rob them of not sharing it because you think they might not have the money for it. I have had people that I've contacted that are so interested in it that they'll tell me, no, not right now, and come back to me 2 months later and say, you know, I really, really wanted to do this, so I've saved up the money to do this. Can I do that? And they fall in love with it. And so I don't want y'all to go off these assumptions that people aren't going to be interested. I think that's the biggest thing I wanted to get across today in regards to talking to people is you can't assume something for somebody. And I know I'm like beating a dead horse by saying that, but yeah, don't rob them of this opportunity, because all of you guys are here. And gosh, we've really built this team in like 6 weeks. And I think Thursday we're about to have like 3 people or 4 possibly go to Emerald, which is like, poof, like mind-blowing for me. That's amazing. And just think of what this could be doing for other people. And I just want you guys to just go out there, be bold. That's okay. I know a lot of y'all don't want to be salesy. I'm not asking you to be salesy. I'm asking you to be you. I'm asking you to share what's going on in your life. And this is now part of that. So I'm really looking forward to, I know most of y'all actually are going through Rock the Basics. Some of y'all have already finished it and are already rocking the business. But I hope that kind of just gives you guys a little push this week going into, we're halfway through the quote-unquote business week. Business week is Thursday through Wednesday. It's weird. I don't know why. But anyway, just kind of gives you a little push going in to the actual real week, which is Monday. But just kind of go out with no fear. Just love what you're doing, believe in what you're doing, and people will see it on Facebook, I swear. The consistency is huge. I notice the days that I'm posting more consistently of like my workout videos or motivation, when I'm posting something consistently, and it's not always Beachbody, very rarely, if you go through my Facebook, very rarely will you actually see me mention the word Beachbody or Shakeology. It's just, I share my story. I share what this lifestyle is doing for me. And when people see that consistently, they'll start coming to you, or when you contact them. I've had so many people, y'all, that I've contacted that are like, thank you so much for messaging me. I've been following you on Facebook. I was just afraid to contact you. So again, you can never assume. And so, anyway, I'm going to unmute y'all if y'all have any questions for me. I hope that This is like our first team official call, which is like exciting. So I promise I'll get better at these over time. But I'm like, speaking is not my forte at all. But yeah, I promise to get a little bit better. But do y'all have some questions for me?
Hey, that Go for No book you were talking about, was that by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a black and red cover thing, like black maybe with a red border on it.
Okay. Okay, I'm looking at it through Amazon. Okay.
Fabulous.
Want to make sure it's the right book before I got it.
That book, The Compound Effect, and granted, you don't have to get all these like at the same time, but and then the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. Compound Effect. Who is that by, Julia? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Oh my gosh, it's
oh my gosh, how can I not?
It starts with an H.
Here, I'll look it up as we're talking.
Hardy.
Yes.
Darren Hardy.
Darren Hardy. Thank you. Yes, Compound Effect. Those three would be the three books that I would definitely have you start at. And that's actually great. Julia's like my PD, like groupie girl over here. But PD is really important. Actually, that kind of falls right along with the overcoming fear part of when you're reading your PD, which is personal development. And I know a lot of y'all, including myself, part of my personal development is I'm a believer, and so part of my personal development is my quiet time as well. Obviously, that's going to give you that peace and that strength that you need if you're a believer. And then I also try to read. I try to designate 10 to 15 minutes. Some days I get more because I just love what I'm reading. But personal development is going to help you overcome the no's. It's going to give you kind of that strength to keep going in a sense, because you're going to hear a whole lot of no's and you're going to get ignored a whole lot. But you just can't care about it. As rough as that sounds. I mean, you can't. It's really thickened my skin in a sense, for sure. So, yeah, it really helps. But yeah, those three books. I'm in the middle of 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, and holy cow, what an incredible book. It's amazing. Yeah. So, and then Compound Effect is really good, also for personal and business growth. I really loved it for my personal growth as well in like my marriage and family. Actually put into some of the concepts that he talked about in the book into just my day-to-day with my family. So that's why I love personal development, because it's not just about Beachbody or building a business. It's really about building who you are. Because that's what this business really is, if you get down to it. Yes, it's a business and we earn commissions, which is fabulous. And, we want to build our teams. But I love it because we help people kind of gain confidence and gain self-esteem and help them really kind of from the inside out, in a sense, as cliche as that sounds. But a lot of this transformation starts with your inner self. So I know you asked about like one question and I just like blurted on for 8 minutes.
I was taking notes.
Well, thank you. I'm trying to think. Julia, Julia sent me a message earlier today. I was going to talk about just, and I talked to her.
By the way, I haven't gotten anything back from those two girls.
Oh my God, I'm back. She was talking about follow-ups, and that's actually been a really common question. Because somebody might come to you and they're like so vamped up and so excited about the business, sign me up. And then, you know, when it comes down to it and hitting that enroll button, they kind of like back away and just stop messaging you. And so a very common thing, you know, we try to push people following up, you know, like we want to follow up with new contacts. I follow up with most of my contacts on a monthly basis, if they haven't, you know, committed to anything yet. And Julia asked me, you know, she had 2 customers that were like ready to go, excited, and you know, she sent the information to, you didn't send enrollments though, did you?
No.
Just sent information, and now they're not, you know, messaging her back. So just I told her, when you're following up with somebody and they haven't messaged you back, something good to always kind of lead into that with is, hey, I know life gets so crazy busy. I know, you know, if it's been the weekend, I know it's been the weekend. I just wanted to follow back up with you. Don't fear follow-ups, y'all. I have had to follow up with people for literally 5 or 6 times before they comment back. And they're like, I'm so sorry. It's just been so busy. Yes, I'm ready to go. So don't give up on them if they haven't messaged you back 1 or 2 times. Granted, I wouldn't send them a message every single day. I mean, this is like over the course of 3 or 4 weeks. But I mean, I had one girl, literally I've been messaging and following up with her since February, that just signed on. So it's just about, again, the consistency, and then just not giving up on people. If they say, especially these 2 girls like Julia you're talking about, that like, you know, said, I'm ready to go. Like, people that have told me I'm ready to enroll or count me in next month, but then commit immediately, I am on their behinds. Like, I'm like, okay, let's go. You know, I've got my next group. Anytime I have a challenge group coming up next, I'm always messaging them. And like I said, this one girl I've worked with since February, and it's always been something. And then she just completed her enrollment, I think Wednesday or Thursday. So, I mean, just be patient. I know it's so hard to be patient because it's like, and we want it for them. I think that's the biggest thing. We want this for them. We want people to want it, but you can't make somebody want it. They've got to want it for themselves. And that's where, when they are seeing you consistently posting and consistently following up with them, and like, when I say like message people, this is another thing for my newer coaches. When I'm saying message people, I'm not saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, like, come join me. No, I'm saying, hey, how are you? It's all about forming, and you're going to hear the word form. You want to form relationships with these people so that they trust you to go through this journey, because people are very sensitive about their weight. People are very sensitive about, you know, this part of their lifestyle, like letting you in to that, like stuff that their insecurities and stuff like that. It takes a lot of trust. And so they might not even be contacting you, you know, through messages, but if you're consistently posting, they're seeing that consistency from you, saying, okay, she really is into this. Like, she really loves what she does. And when you're expressing your vulnerability and stuff on Facebook, and I know that takes some time too. Millie, I'm so proud of you for doing that today. Whoop, whoop. But when they see that, you're already building their trust, if that makes sense, even if you're not directly talking to them. So anyway, I know I'm like gone on 5 different tangents already, but I'm trying to get like everything in on one call, which is stupid, but you know, I'm excited. But yeah.
Can you give an example of like how you would come up to a stranger, like, you know, at a grocery store?
At a grocery store?
I still haven't done it. I don't know. I will.
Okay. All right. Post office, one, is like a great place. Because especially if you have samples to sell. That's like been, now I haven't had anyone buy from me from these scenarios, but a lot of them have joined my like clean eating groups. My post office, I'm kind of strategic with going. I don't pre-package my Shakeology samples. I go with them in my hands so that people can like see. And I have had people ask me straight up, oh, what is that? One of the post office workers, I like go, what is the best way to package these? And she's like, oh, what is that? And she joined my challenge, clean eating challenge group. Granted, she hasn't joined, a group yet, but she's now my Facebook friend and a contact, if that makes sense. One conversation I had in a grocery store, I was buying a fun little cup as an incentive for a challenge group, and I had somebody else there looking at like, those little shaker bottles or whatever. Carly actually did this. I got the idea from Carly. And it just so happened to work out this way. But there was a lady there looking at him, and I just was like, hey, are you drinking protein shakes? And she's like, yeah. I was like, I think she was like looking into it. And I was like, oh, you should look into this. Gave her one of my business cards, and so got her name. So again, on my contact, that just happened a couple weeks ago on my contact list. Okay, 1 second, baby. I'm almost done. I'm doing night-night. It's time to go. I know it's time to go night-night. When I'm at the park with moms, I just like, it doesn't have to be about Beachbody. But like at parks with moms, I'm always, and this is so out of my like comfort zone. I'm such an introvert, y'all. Seriously. I do not start conversations with people until I started this. And just at parks, I'll just be like, hey, how old's your child? And we'll just start chatting. One of them was in my clean eating group 2 months ago. Mom. So, I haven't had like success like Carly has with just. I swear Carly's just like snaps her fingers and she's got like 10 coaches, but I'd love to be a fly on the wall and see what she does there. But you just kind of gotta get comfortable with just talking to people. And you got your business cards, which is great.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm gonna go grocery shop tomorrow and see if I can attempt to get people.
Yeah, people that are like looking for, that are like in the fruit and vegetable section. Narissa was talking earlier in the call about her cart being so colorful and clean. And like the thing is, you go to the grocery store and you don't see that very often. And I seriously, if I was bold enough, which I'm not right now, I literally want to go up to some people and be like, here's my business card. Please let me help you with your cart because it's grossing me out. I think that might offend too many people, though. That's probably not the best approach. Grocery store is such a just such a prime opportunity for people. I think you just touched on my fear. My big fear is I'm definitely not a strength at talking to people live, like just going up to a stranger. Definitely something I'm working on too. So, but we've got a great product out there. We just gotta get out of our own way, and that's me getting out of my own way. I just need to have a way of being a little bit nicer about it. I tend to be like a little bit bold.
Mama.
So, okay, we have 2.5 minutes. Any other questions? Rock the Basics starts tomorrow. I'm about to add y'all to the group, like as soon as we get off and I get my son down to bed.
Hey, Mommy.
So look for that notification. That will start in the AM.
Sounds good.
Anything else? Okay. Even if you are signing up discount coaches, I recommend adding them to our Team Embrace page, just kind of so they can see what's going on in the biz. Because you never know if they would want to sign up. You know, actually not sign up, but become. And please don't know myself. If they would actually want to become, active. So just something to think about.
They still have to go through the enrollment application, correct?
Mm-hmm. GSR. Yes, because there's a form. There's a question that says, "Do you strictly want to do this as a discount?" And that'll kind of let us know.
Okay.
And I need to send that to. Thank you. I need to post that onto our team page, the GSR.
Okay.
I will do that.
And also, I saw something on Team Iron page that about like the 21-day fix. I can't find the links.
I'll pull it.
Pull it up too. Okay.
Pull it.
Sounds good.
I'll do that tonight. Y'all, Jay's out. Y'all know I stay up till 3 a.m. when he's done.
Okay.
I'll get a lot of stuff done tonight.
Sounds good.
All right, we're about to get cut off. Thank y'all.
All right.
Love y'all.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right, bye.
Bye.